quick peek. Hello Snack Pack, welcome back to Travel Snacks, or if this is your first time, welcome to the channel. Today's episode is very special because I'm going to be giving you a peek into the way I live on the road. That's right, it's finally the big van reveal. In today's video, I'm going to show you what it looks like now after we have rebuilt the whole inside. Now, although the van has been converted to a livable space, I still haven't gotten to all the finishing touches. So in future videos, I'll be showing you how I decorate and add things and fix things and all the other things. So stay tuned for those videos. And finally, at the end of the video, I'm going to be sharing with you my van name. This is a very exciting episode. And now that you're here, let me show you around. This was a van that had a wheelchair lift in it. And we cut the roof off. If you haven't seen those videos, go watch those. And we lifted it 12 inches so I could stand inside. We also tried to paint this van with spray paint, and we thought 25 cans was enough, but clearly it's not. So you see it's kind of patchy, and that's another project I need to work on later. On top of the van, you'll see, well, you won't be able to see, but there's 3 100-watt solar panels, and there's a max air fan on top of the roof. You can see that the windows are pretty dark. I got these tinted, and it was probably one of the more expensive things that I paid for on this van, but these cut out some of the heat that comes into the van. So I wanted to go with this. Plus, you can't see inside unless you get like pressed right up on top of it. And even then, it'd be pretty hard to see in. One of the other things on the outside of the van is under the van, which you really can't see from this angle, but under here, there's a 10-gallon gray water tank. So this is when I turn on my sink, all the water flows down and goes into this tank. And later on in the video, I'll show you there's a switch in there that if I click it, it'll open the valve and it can just drain the water. Whenever I need to refill my water tank, which you'll see in a little bit, I just need to get the key because people steal these for whatever reason. I guess they want them for their own rig. And then you just open this, and it's a gravity-fed water filler. And so you just stick the hose in there, turn it on, fill it up, and then close it up. Okay, so this is the cab area of the van, as you can see. This van in here was originally very light gray, and it was kind of dated, so I didn't like that look. So I reupholstered all of the headliner and all this, spray painted this. I added a new steering wheel cover, and then I added these to the seat belts because this would cut into your neck. I added this back support. I always have little condiments in Travel Snacks fashion, and extra fork, straw and stuff. This is where I keep my remotes. This is for the stereo, but I'm so close I don't need to use this. And this one is for the fan, which I'll show you in a little bit. The previous owners already had redone the stereo system. It has CarPlay, so you can do the GPS, and it has a backup camera, which is super handy when you're driving a bigger vehicle. This is where I do all my shots for driving with my camera. And if sometimes I like to edit in the van, and I just plug in right here with my computer. That's just an extra thing I got from Amazon. I always keep an extra gallon of water, sometimes 2 gallons, just on the side here. And as you guys may or may not know, this is the Travel Snacks mascot, Sugar Crystal Candy Corn. She's living her best life, just traveling around in the front seat with me. And this is my trash can down here. It's just a basic dollar store baggie that I could just take the inside bag out whenever to take out the trash. Right here is my coat closet. So this is where I keep all of my little jackets and sweaters because they're a little bit more bulky and I don't want to keep them in with all my other clothes. So this is just an easy way to do that. And then I have my scarves here, or at least one scarf. And this kind of covers up the gap, which you'll see later for the privacy curtain because there's a little gap there. I did install these speakers, but I almost caught my van on fire because they were sparking, so these are now disconnected and they are just there for looks. These are from the original van. They don't work. They were for things that happened in the back, but I think I'm gonna put some little name tags on here for things that are just cute, like snacks and hugs. So in this door, I keep some extra sunglasses and scissors. This is my duster. But what I do have in here is a little funnel and a little towel. Now, where does that go? That goes for my diesel heater, which is really something I never thought about until the last stage of the build, and people kept recommending it to me, and it's been the #1 lifesaver of the van journey so far. So I'll show you what that looks like, and I'll be doing a video on that a little bit later. So you can see the diesel fuel that's connected to that wall, And then down there is the actual, I'll give you a better shot of that once we get inside. I'm gonna show you the back first because it's not as impressive. So let's check that out first. But I gotta get my keys. Oh, hello, my friend. What you doing? Oh, me? I'm just recording this video and hoping you'll give it a like. I'm happy that you're here, and if you're new to the channel, become part of the Snack Pack by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell, and watch to the end so you'll know what the name of the van is. So one thing I do like about this is that these doors open all the way out like this. The other doors, not so great, but these doors are great. Right here, under my bed comforter, is all the excess things. So here's my 200 AGM deep cycle battery. Back there is my inverter. And then there's just my camping chair and my beach blanket. And I'll take this out in just a second. I have two different hoses, a 25-foot and a 4-foot. This is for filling up my water tank. This I got at the dollar store. Looking sharp for like my last name. These are just a bunch of odds and ends that I just keep in here. Extra tools and things like that. If you look back there, you'll see all of the electronics that are connecting all the things. This is my shower bag, so it's just easy to grab and go. I can get it from the inside, just reach down here. So I can go to Planet Fitness and take my showers. This is my bin of extra clothes, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to be whittling down over the next few months, because when am I ever going to wear 10 different dresses? But you see all my bathing suits, my high heels, which I don't ever wear. These are all extra clothes, boots, and things like that. But for now, it's all the things I have. This is a beach bag that has all my towels, and I have extra toilet paper in there. If you look in here, this is just some extra electronic things. But there's my 18-gallon water tank, and you see all the tubes and pipes. This right here is my little toolbox bin for any touch-ups. And this is an extra gas tank for any time if I run out of gas. And I have my van tire jack back there, which is pretty bulky, but it fit perfectly in there. And this right here is my CO2 monitor slash smoke detector. It's a 2-in-1, so I don't die in the van. These are my window coverings that I made. They just pop in and out. They're not perfect, but they kind of just fit in, and they don't really move once they're in there. I think it does keep some of the heat out and some of the cold out as well. Alright, so there's a quick peek. This is my laundry bag. God's got this, he always does. This is my headlamp in case I need to inspect something or go gold mining. I was gonna get like one of those fancy rugs that all the van lifers have, but I didn't want to cover up my nice flooring, so I just got this cheap one from the dollar store, and it seems to just work well for wiping off my feet. Since I'm down here, here's the diesel heater that I was talking about. You can see how it just points a little bit out here, and it heats up this space really quickly because it's such a small space. This is my toilet. It just slides out. It's got a urine diverter, so this is the part where the liquids and the solids, which I usually don't try to do. And then back here, there's a little storage thing, and it has like some coconut core and some wipes, some extra trash bags. That works well. This just keeps it secure when I drive. Then, as you guys have probably seen from other videos, my dorm fridge, which I love because it's got a lot of space in here. Got all my little snacks that I need to organize a little bit better. I just got these bins, but they keep sliding in and out, so I need to get some of that grip stuff to make those not slide. And then my freezer, which is of course got Reese's, frozen Reese's, and then vegetables that don't really get touched. But it's also got a full bag of ice in there, so it's very, very big. Usually I don't wear these boots, but it's freezing where I am right now, so we're on boots. But usually I just wear tennis shoes, and I just put the ones I'm wearing right here, so it's easy to get on and off if I need to get out in and out of the van. Here's where I keep my Ninja Foodie, which I've just started to really use. And then I have one pan back there and my cutting board. Back there's all my plumbing, which I already did a video on that. You can see that in more depth. But it's just enough room for this Ninja Foodie. This is a false drawer that I added a little shelf in here. Got this little container from the Dollar Tree. And I just have my sponges and my thing to clean out the cups and stuff, and some extra towels. This one right here, that's just kind of like a junk drawer, catch-all extra stuff. And then I have my backpack and my little cooker, some beans. That's just a little bit of a catch-all. I need to organize that a little bit better. This one is just kind of another junk drawer of things that I use often. My glasses, toothpaste and toothbrush, scissors, and my rechargeable batteries for my camera. So these are just things that I pretty much use a lot, and it's right next to the bed, so it's easy to get to. But it kept opening and closing when I was driving, so I had to add a heavier latch, so it's a little bit harder to open, but you can open it better from just the bottom. These are the extra storage for under my bed. This one works okay, and it doesn't open when I drive, but you'll see it's just a mishmash, some tuna, but then I have wipes, Ziplocs, hair stuff. This one kept opening when I was driving, so another snack packer gave me this idea to drill a hole into the side of this, and then I just have this little pin thing, and then you can just open it. This is mostly my bathroom stuff and some canned foods. And then you just stick this back in here so that when you drive, it doesn't allow it to open. I have an extra towel if I need to dry off my feet, and I have a little portable vacuum cleaner to tidy up. And this is the front side of the board with all of my electronics on it. So it goes pretty much the whole length. These are the wheel wells, and then on top of the wheel wells, I just have a tripod for my camera. It just fits kind of just perfectly right in there. This is the back side of my coat closet. I have just like a bag, my Jackery. This is a portable charger. And then, which I need to mount this probably in a better space, but here's my fire extinguisher, little mini one. I think I'm gonna end up mounting it over here, but for now at least I have one. So this basket right here contains all of my kitchen stuff, like my collapsible kettle. I have my forks and spoons, my AeroPress coffee maker. These all just fits perfectly in here, and it's really secure on this thing so it doesn't move. This is just my little shelf with paper towels, extra breads and stuff, my coffee, and my little plant, which you know I had a real plant at one time that died, rest in peace Alex, but now I got a fake plant and it's working much better. This is my soap that keeps falling, so I put some Velcro, but I think I need a better solution. And this is my sink and countertop. Got this at Lowe's, cut it down to size. This is my little phone charger that just goes right there at night. This is the 110 power, so I can plug in my Ninja Foodi or any other cooking utensil or any other thing. And over here, I have another one. I don't know that this one was necessary, but if I'm ever doing like a camp out or something and I want to plug something in from outside, I think that's why I decided to put one there. This is my reading light. So at night I can just sit and read or whatever, so I don't have to light up the whole place. This is the privacy curtain that my mom lovingly made. And it goes across, but it's starting to sink down, so I'm going to try to get a solution to raise this back up a little bit. But for now, it still works really good, and I think having a privacy curtain is very important so that no one can see in. These cabinets right here, snacks, food. This is my 1-burner stove, my propane stove. Some more kitchen stuff, my bowls and plates, my makeup bag so it's easy to get to. And then there's another layer back there of 2 more baskets just with all my paperwork and some other bathroom items. And these are just on gas struts, and so it's just easy to stay open. And then there's a latch right here that locks them into place. This is the inside of the Max Air fan. It blows air in, and it is an exhaust, so if you're cooking something you can put it on exhaust setting. These are my little lights that just turn on, and my wood ceiling. So this is my bed. It's not quite a full, but it's not as small as a twin, so it's somewhere between. We custom cut the foam mattress so it fit perfectly into this space. And this is just all my bedding. I usually keep my pajamas right on the bed so I'm ready at night. Then I have an extra blanket from my sister, my little A initial. I bought these extra pillows, these really fluffy pillows at Kohl's. They were on sale, which you know I love a good sale. The reason I did it is because without this pillow, if I just sit on the bed, I gotta get in here. because of the way that this is built, the walls go down and in. So if you sit down here, you're just kind of sinking in. So I had to buy some kind of pillow that would stop that from happening. So I just bought these 2 pillows. And now, when you sit in here, it's nice and cozy. And this is where I have my Bible and my journal and my little Bible highlighters. And then I get to sit here and have my Bible time with my reading light. And it's so nice and cozy. Also, this is where my flip-flops go, my hats, and my water shoes. And sitting them here, I might as well show you. These are all of my clothes. Again, I still have too many clothes, which is weird because I'm not like a big clothing person. But there's 6 baskets. And these came from the dollar store, and they're the perfect size. And there's mostly clothes. There's one bin that has shoes. And then in the back, there's just like extra cords for phone and like batteries for my camera and stuff like that. It's easy to get to. And these are on the same gas struts and things as the front ones. One of the last things I have is this little space right here. I made this and the same time I made the window coverings. This just Velcros up here, which I need to fix the Velcro because it's not really sticking well, but it just goes on here normally. And then it just is another thing to keep out some of the air. It doesn't really put out like a lot of excess air, but just in case, I can put this up here. So this is my dimmer switch for the lights up above. So you just turn it on and twirl it up. And then that just shows the lights up there as they can dim on and off. And over here is my water pump for my sink. That just goes on and off. This middle one's nothing, but this last one is for my gray water tank. But if I push this, it empties the gray water tank underneath the van. This is just some USB things. And then if I had 12 volt, I can plug that into this panel. And it doesn't really get in the way. So you made it this far and now you're wondering, okay already, give us the van's name. Okay, well, I had the hardest time choosing a name for the van because I get different feelings when I'm in the van. Sometimes it feels like a very strong masculine presence, and sometimes it feels like a feminine, lovely, whimsical presence. So I was not going to just stress myself out. So just like our channel mascot, Sugar Crystal Candy Corn, my van doesn't have one name, but has 3 names because I just couldn't decide. So the primary name, I wanted to be something that honored God, and so I was looking for biblical names, and the one that stood out to me means He listens or He has heard. And God has heard me through my whole journey and definitely throughout this van build. So the first name is Simon. The second name is Eileen because when my dad and I built the roof, now the roof leans to the side a little bit. And the third name was a name given to me by one of my best friends, and she gave it the name Vantasia, which means imagination. I love it because I can only imagine how many wonderful things are going to happen along my journey. So I introduce to you Simon Eileen Vantasia Sharpe, the Snackmobile.